Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Michael Murphy, and this is episode 11 of the InDesigner, the podcast that provides information, instruction, and insight for designers using Adobe InDesign. Sorry this installment is being posted a bit late, but after much talk and many false starts since the very first episode of the podcast, we're finally here, the first InDesigner video podcast. This week, I'm going to cover what I think is the deal-breaking, hands-down, no-brainer, single most compelling reason to convert from QuarkXPress to InDesign, nested style sheets. I know that where video is concerned, time is bandwidth, so I'm not going to waste time on a long-winded introduction. I want to keep the file sizes manageable for everyone. So let's jump right in to a start-to-finish tutorial of what will be a two-part podcast covering nested style sheets. The example I'm going to start with to demonstrate nested style sheets is fairly simple, but by being simple, it allows me to be brief, and it also does incorporate all of the basics required to understand and take advantage of nested styles, and it's going to allow us to build on that in the second part of the podcast to take advantage of some of the more advanced features. So this is just a little write-up from a new product section of a magazine, and it's made up of a line with a company name, a paragraph indicating what the new product is, a paragraph describing the attributes and benefits of the product, the URL of the company to contact, and a phone number. But there are other things going on in the way this is formatted that we need to take a look at that play a key role in understanding nested style sheets. Each of these two paragraphs starts with bold lead-in text in a different font and a different size. This second paragraph has a dotted rule finishing it off, and each of the two lines of the contact information have single character blue symbol font dingbats alongside them to give them a little bit of visual interest. These are the things that we're going to create character styles for. And I'm going to capitalize on the work I've already done by using selected text as the basis for creating a style. So if I select a piece of this What's New text here, go to Character Styles, select New Character Style from the flyout menu. If you notice, in basic character formats, everything here is also the information here reflected about what I have selected beneath. So all I have to do is select that, and it's preloaded into the character style definition. So I'm just going to name this bold lead-in, and that's all I have to do. I just move down to my web icon, create a new character style, and call it web icon. Here again, it has picked up the basic character formats. They echo what's up here, even the character color. So this is good to go. And I will quickly repeat that step for the phone icon because that is a different font. I'll call this phone icon. Click OK, and now we have our 3 character styles ready to go. It's time to move on to paragraph styles. We'll start with the very first one, the company name. I could either select this whole line, just a random selection of text, or just drop my cursor in there and select new paragraph style. Call this company name and click OK. In the What's New paragraph, I'm not going to select the whole paragraph, nor am I going to select any part of What's New because, again, that's the exception to the rule. This is the body formatting for the What's New paragraph. So that's what I'm going to select. Select New Paragraph Style, call it What's New, and click OK. I've already formatted this, so I don't need to go back and check any of those settings. This value paragraph, again, I'll select some portion of it, select New Paragraph Style, and call it Value. But I'm going to base this style on What's New. And you'll see a bigger payoff for this later, but essentially, What's New and the value have very little difference. Almost the only difference they have is this dotted rule below. And you'll see that reflected here because InDesign recognizes that basing it on What's New means it's going to pick up everything from What's New and add a rule below. So that's done for me. I'll select part of the URL, create a new paragraph style called URL, click OK, select a portion of the phone number, create a new paragraph style called phone. I'm going to base phone on URL for the very same reasons. They are nearly identical. This has a different dingbat symbol, a different font for the dingbat symbol in the front than this, so there is a slight variation in there. I will show you the payoff for that later. Click OK. Now let's try to see if we can apply these styles and get a copy of what we have here on the left. Copy over some unformatted text and start applying the styles. Company name, that works nicely. Go down here, what's new? Doesn't quite look like we want, does it? I'll try the value, also not doing what we want. The URL, close but no cigar, and phone, also falling short of the mark. Now I know this because I didn't put in any of the nested style instructions, but I just wanted to show the basic principle of creating and then applying paragraph styles to text. Now we can make some changes to these styles that will add nested style definitions and instructions for InDesign to follow that'll give us the results we want. The first thing I want to change is the what's new paragraph. I want to add drop caps and nested styles to this, and the first thing I'm going to do is click new nested style, and I want a bold lead-in through, not up to, but through. I could do this a couple of ways. I have 2 words here, so I could say through 2 words, but what if the text changes? Then the style sheet is not going to behave in the way I want. So I want to keep some flexibility in there. What I do have, though, is a colon that will end that style sheet, that nested style definition. Except I don't see colon in this list of available options, so I just type it in. Now I have bold lead-in through 1 colon nested into the what's new style. I click OK, and you can see it there. You can also see it here. And the reason for that is, if we take a look at the value settings, is that value is based on what's new. So when I modified what's new, value also got modified, but it still kept its unique attribute of the rule below. But I have saved myself a step by having bold lead-in through 1 colon added to this automatically. Now let's go down to our URL style, edit that, and add the drop cap and nested style instructions by clicking new nested style, and in the URL I want a web icon through 1 character, and I'll click OK. And it's added my web icon through 1 character. It's also done it for the phone number, except this is not this. These things do not match, and that's because these 2 dingbat fonts are different, which is why I created a separate phone style in the first place. If you look at the phone style and the nested style instructions, it's picked up web icon through 1 character because it's based on the URL. But I don't want a web icon, I want a phone icon, also through 1 character. I click OK, and there it is. I have now matched all of the styles that I set manually. Let's look at that side by side. By setting up nested style sheets within my paragraph styles so that I can replicate this formatting on entry after entry after entry for all of these product definitions. And that is the basics. You can create individual character styles. You can create paragraph styles that apply to a whole paragraph of text. You can nest those character styles within the paragraph styles with enormous flexibility. And you can base one style on another style and trickle down changes as you go along. For instance, I could decide that I don't want the text of what's new to be stone serif. I want it to be something like Adobe Garmin Pro. And I click OK. And you can see now that what's new uses Adobe Garmin Pro. And the value also has been changed to Adobe Garmin Pro because one is based on the other. I can do the same thing with URL by changing that to, instead of black condensed, maybe I just want it black, and I want it smaller than that. Let's say it's 7 point, and I click OK. And it's applied it to both because one is based on the other. We have really just scratched the surface here in part 1. In the next podcast, and possibly even a third segment on this topic, we're going to surge ahead and move beyond the basics, building upon them to expand the possibilities with advanced options that'll allow us to format pages of text in a single click by properly setting up powerful nested style sheets in advance. Until then, this is Michael Murphy for the InDesigner video podcast. Thanks for watching.